Hi, how's it going, everyone? This is Resident of Collinwood, and I'm here to review my favorite King Kong movie ever, Shout Factory's release of the 1976 version of King Kong. Now, you see the slipcover, which I'll remove, and you see the Blu ray. Often enough times, it's the character you grow up with, it's that version, and I'm gonna get into that here in a bit, but this movie stars Jeff Bridges and introduces Jessica Lange. What an introduction. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, here's this girl. Well, first of all, Jeff Bridges is this stowaway who he's a scientist. He sneaks aboard a vessel. He himself is a stowaway. He sneaks aboard. He I love how he pays the guard. I've always loved that scene. He just gives them money. Here, like I love it. He gets aboard the boat, and then during a meeting about Skull Island, about Khan's Island, where they're headed for oil, he tells him this legend of sounds of monsters, a giant ape, and they're like, "You're stowaway." They're going to go lock him up, and the introduction of Jessica Lange's character is beautiful. It always has been in this film. She is adrift on a raft. She herself is a survivor of a boat wreck, the lone survivor. And it's believable. She's soaking wet. She's drenched. She's unconscious. You're already feeling every ounce of sorry for this character. Excuse me, that you can feel. And they bring her aboard. They dry her off. She's waking up. She's asking about her friends. They're all gone. They're dead. None of them lived. But her, they did a beautiful job introducing her, and she just sells from there. I mean, she is gorgeous in this movie, and what a performance! Her and Jeff Bridges' chemistry, it's amazing. You might say Jeff Bridges starred in a King Kong movie. Hell yeah, he did, and what a job he did. I'm talking, what a performance. What does this come with if you buy this? It comes with a 2 disc feature, the theatrical cut and the extended broadcast television cut, which I watched as well. Really, really good. I loved it. It was great. I love the commentaries. You have Rick Baker was in the comments. Beautiful commentary. Um, I love my favorite part though is the original storyboard that they show during the interview with the director and the playwriter, and they show the original storyboard, which I love. I love that they showed the drawings and the pictures. They were you want to talk about beautiful looking. You could really, and this is going to sound stupid to some, but to me, in that storyboard, you could see the film. Like you could literally take that storyboard and see that movie just being drawn, and it, it's beautiful. I'm sort of almost speechless of how great that looked and how amazing. I know people are going to say that's a silly, but to me, I love it. I loved seeing the original storyboard. Why is the 1976 version of King Kong my favorite? I'm sorry if this is blurry, but why is this my favorite? Because this is the version I grew up with. And let me explain. This movie came out in 1976. I was born in the 80s. I was 13 when I saw this. 13. So when I saw this movie for the first time, I was mesmerized. I was like, "Oh my God, they killed, them sons of." I was like Jeff Bridges. They killed Khan, them sons of bitches, those bastards. And the one thing I'll say is, Jeff Bridges he embodies Khan in a lot of ways. He sort of Jeff Bridges and King Kong and Jessica Lange have a lot of the same emotions. I keep getting into my story, but I keep making points about the film. But this is a point I want to make, and I want to stress. What they were able to do with King Kong, especially in the 1976 remake, this version here, King Kong's enemy was always man, right? But King Kong always related to man, always came across as relatable to men and women, and he was always able to win over the woman, to sort of win over Jessica Lange, and you get why the facial expressions that are calm. When we talk about men being descended from ape, the debate of it, this movie to me, and people are gonna laugh because it's old, it's an old movie, but this movie to me really stresses the relationship of that. When you look at Khan's face, he's angry, he's hurt, he's in love, and yet there's lust there too, because he's just in love with Jessica Lange's character. But it's so the facial expressions of Khan win you over. You're so won over with this giant ape, with this giant creature. You're in love with him. You don't really view him as a creature. You view him as more like, I'd feel that same way. And this movie, the 1976 Shout Factor release of King Kong, and even if you saw this on television like I did, it wins you over. King Kong wins you over. He's always so relatable to his younger audience, to the male audience and to the female audience, because you're just so in love with him. And again, to get into my story, I was 13 when I saw this. And often enough times, it's that version of that character that you saw and that you grew up with, that's your favorite. And look, I'm taking nothing away from today's King Kong audience, because there are a lot of people who grew up with today's King Kong, the Kong that was introduced today, that are going to say that's their King Kong. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is my King Kong right here, the 1976 version that I love. And I always will. If you ask me which King Kong do I prefer, I'm not taking anything away from the 1933 film, but I will choose the 1976 King Kong version any day of the week, and 3 times on Sunday. So go to Shout Factory or www.justinbean.com and buy this. This is so worth it. You will be taken on not just a thrill ride, but a story in itself of how this movie got made and put together. Ladies and gentlemen, if they ever put the Dark Shadows coffin box set on Blu-ray, they need to phone up Justin and his Reverend Entertainment and get them to do this with Shout Factory. Get them to do it with Shout Factory, because they always deliver. They just do, and they deliver on my favorite my favorite King Kong movie of all time, the 1976 version of King Kong. Thank you to the people who, first of all, Jeff Bridges, Jessica Lange, who made that movie, because it's my favorite King Kong version. And at Shout Factory, Justin, it's Kurt. Beautiful job. Beautiful. Amazing film. Go buy this. Go buy it. You will enjoy it from start to finish. I know I always have and still do to this very day. Guys, thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.